Welcome back. The battle for Ramadi continues, with the Iraqi government forces engaged in an offensive to dislodge Islamic State militants from the capital of Anbar province. Baghdad expects to retake the strategic city within days. If captured, it will be the second major city after Tikrit to be retaken from the terror group, which still controls large swaths of the country. I-24 News correspondent Uri Shapira reports.
Iraqi forces are pressing on with their campaign to retake the city of Ramadi from the Islamic State extremist jihadist group. According to the Iraqi military chief of staff, government forces are expected to complete their mission and drive the IS out of Ramadi in few days.
We have entered the center of the city. We are advancing towards defeating the enemy. We killed dozens of IS fighters and destroyed a large amount of their bases.
The operation to retake the western city began on Tuesday after months of preparations. According to officials, the advance has been slow since the government wants to rely on its own troops and not use Shiite militants in order to avoid rights abuses. Ramadi is the capital of the western Anbar district and a major strategic point which fell into the IS hands last May. Earlier this month, US President Barack Obama talked about the major achievements his country has made in its mission to defeat the Islamic State.
ISIL's already lost about 40% of the populated areas it once controlled in Iraq, and it's losing territory in Syria.
In the last few months, Iraqi forces have managed to retake some of the most significant areas, such as Tikrit and Beiji, from IS. If the fight to recapture Ramadi will end successfully, it may be another strategic and moral victory for the Iraqi government. With so many factions and forces involved in this battle, the road to full stability is still long and hard.
And I'm joined now in the studio by Amir Oren, defense and government analyst for Haaretz Daily. Good evening, Amir.
Evening, Ayman.
Well, it sounds like big words. A complete liberation of Ramadi. This is what the Iraqi military expects within days. But it may be too early to eulogize the Islamic State, isn't it?
It's not really the Battle of Berlin in late April or early May of 1945. It's more like Sajaiya in Gaza in the summer of 2014 during Operation Protective Edge, because whole neighborhoods have been booby-trapped by the IS forces. And the Iraqi security forces are advancing very slowly and deliberately in order not to take casualties. They have also made some bridging actions because they have been trained by the Americans, the US Army in Louisiana, where there are many marshes. Therefore, the coalition is only behind the assault forces, of course, having some aerial support, expending a lot of munitions, but staying out of the battle itself. And as Uri Shapira mentioned in his report, the Iraqi government refused to allow Shiite militias to take part in the fight. This is a wholly Sunni operation.
Well, the Iraqi army, as we know, almost collapsed in June 2014. It has tried to take Ramadi before, at least twice, and failed. Are these developments over the past few days expected to boost confidence in the Iraqi military? Is it at this point where confidence can be boosted in this military at all?
The military is a big word. You have militias, you have security forces, you also have police here trained by the Italian Carabinieri. This is in order to install law and order once the city is cleared. And then you have other governmental forces. But as for the combat troops, yes, some of the confidence will be restored because most of the logistics and most of the fire support is from other members of the coalition. Some of the Iraqis are doing some of the work. Not all of the work is being done only by Iraqis.
Well, liberation of Ramadi, we will, of course, follow this through. Amir Oren, thank you very much for being with us tonight.
Obama wants to have it for Christmas.
We'll see. We'll have you back if that happens.
Thank you.
Amir Oren, thank you.